people they see Apostle Suleiman's private jet as a crime? I want to know. Because it's not a crime to become wealthy. Apostle Suleiman does many businesses that you should know about. He's into many businesses. It's not just money from church, as many of you wants to think. The thing that many of you don't know about some of these are wealthy pastors in Nigeria is many of them are into big business. They are big investors. Some of you don't even know about this. You want to talk about Pastor Chris? You want to talk about Adeboye? Many of them are into big business. And this private jet they buy, have you ever think of the importance, of the economic importance of these private jets? Do you know the kind of tax they pay to the Nigerian government that the Nigerian government does not use, that they embezzle instead of using it to develop or create employment for the citizens? Now people they fly those jets, those people also in turn they also had employment. Not until how many, some of you are saying that money should be used to feed some people, 3 million people. How many people do you think that about 81 million people are up to about 400 something million population? How many food you want to put down that money? And what make you feel that the private jet itself is not an investment? It's a huge investment. And I want you to know that most of those jets that you see, some of them, they also borrow money from the bank to buy these things, and they in turn pay the banks gradually. So don't also talk what you don't know. Because some of you are now beginning to see it as, because he's a pastor, you talk so much about him. Go and think about Regina's husband. Does he not have a private jet? Why you people don't criticize him like that? But because he's a pastor, you want to drag him to the money, that the pastor must use all his money to cater for all the members. How much more? Do you know how the money come about? So sometimes you must learn to think. Because me, I like to, if I have opportunity to have 10, 20, I will have them. Not everybody can control wealth. Some of you, if you have that money that Suleiman have to buy a private jet, you will go and use it to do nonsense. So just stop blaming Apostle Suleiman for nothing. So I get irritated when I see some of those things online. Apostle Suleiman does this, he does that. He's supposed to use the money to come and be feeding family as if now is the creation of the whole world. Then also pray to God to bless you the way he has blessed Suleiman. Suleiman is not the only Nigerian man that has private jet. A lot of Nigerians, even some youth, they do. And I want you to know, before a man will sit down and buy a private jet, ask him the profit from it. I don't think Suleiman will sit down to buy one, buy two, buy three without making profit from it. Some of you don't know what is business, and that's why you come online and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. You must know and learn and understand the importance of business. Because this poor mentality among so many few Nigerians, because he's a pastor, for you, he has done something wrong to buy a private jet. And for you, you don't even know where some of those money come from. Some people can bless you with such things. Some companies can even bless them based on how they have, affected one or two persons. So don't just think that they are limited to the altar only. They also do businesses, big businesses. And I know countless of how Apostle Suilaman has been helping women, helping people. It's not possible for one person to help the whole world. So whenever you want to blame, Apostle Suilaman is not the president of Nigeria. Whenever you want to blame anybody, shift the blame to your president, President Buhari, and other senators of the house. So stop talking, criticizing men of God, robbing the body of Christ, trying to drag it to the mud. Because if you drag the body of Christ to the mud, you all of us will suffer it in the nearby future. So you must be very careful with what you say against any man of God. I don't attend Omega Fire Miracle Ministry. I've never met Suilaman one-on-one. I only see him on TV. And I want to tell you that God is using him greatly. Tell me any apostle that has come to Nigeria that has sprung out of Nigeria that nobody has criticized. You must have one or two things to say about an apostle that is successful. Once they just say the person commits small thing, that you are no investigation, and maybe somebody just came up to accuse any man of God, you just take it as if. But when it comes to your senator and everything, none of you speak. They kill people at the toll gate that day. Up till now, the federal government could not say any meaningful thing concerning that. And when they went to protest, for last Saturday protest, none of you came out. None of you came out. The only few came out that were arrested. How many of you today now came out to protest and say, no, never. None of these people must be arrested. How many of you criticize Buhari? How many of you criticize the government for such action? Why did you not come out? Some of you come to the internet and write rubbish about other people when you are supposed to start thinking about yourself. I weep for our Nigerians. Let's have a change of the way we do. Sometimes I pray if Nigeria were to be a manufacturing country, all these things are possible in Nigeria. If the problem we have, you all know that is bad government. Apostle Suilaman is not the problem of Nigeria. If you want him, then make him the president. Then you will see that the system of this country will change. And stop criticizing any man of God. It's not going to help you in any form. You sit down morning, afternoon to write criticism about people. That is very, very unfair. So think of something better to say, something better to do, rather than try to criticize men of God, drag the image of the body of Christ to the mud. And in the future, It's going to affect so many things because it's already affecting a lot of things. And this is what I just want to say. Pastor Suleiman did not mean, that was not what he meant. I want to tell you, he was praying for COVID-19 not to end. That's not, it was a statement that he just used, not in a way, I think, let me just say, let me give you a picture of what he's trying to say. It's a spiritual statement, supernatural statement that is not, a carnal man cannot comprehend. But some of you just come, wow, and say, every day he's always busy attending to members. He talk with a lot of people for counseling and many things, going for programs, different countries. He never for one day rest. So when there was lockdown, all these distractions, disturbance came to a barest minimum. At least he has a little time to taste of his wealth. And he has a little time to think and even buy another private jet to upgrade his business. Not mean that he was actually praying for the COVID-19 not to end. That was not his statement. A lot of you just pick, even experts, professionals just pick a particular language and you begin to talk and emphasize as if. And those of you, mostly David Mike or whatever they call you, you should not know that for you, the man you are dragging or trying to rob the body of Christ is not your mate. He has gone far, far ahead of you. So those plotters that have paid you to drag Apostle Suleiman to the mount, go and tell them that you did your best, but you could not succeed. So please, let us, I am not saying that you should worship men of God. No, that's not the point I'm saying. Please don't confuse me. It is not wrong for you to respect or be loyal or to listen to spiritual instructions. Even those of you who work in an organization, you listen to your manager, to your directors. So why do you think it's wrong for you to listen to your pastor when he gives you instruction on how to your life should move forward? If you believe in physical blessings, why don't you also think that spiritual blessings is possible? Because the spiritual supersedes the physical. So that is just the few words I have to tell you this morning. Please stop talking so much about pastors. A lot of you have forgotten your own personal problem. Instead, what you think about is men of God, pastors, waiting. So that is all I have to tell you. Goodbye. Ciao.